yeah. It was definitely to achieve something that was completely timeless, that you couldn't really relate to a specific time, but maybe it was more of a characterisation, that the characters fitted who they were. So some things were backdated, what I decided to do, and then some things were a little bit more punk, and so it was all slightly different from different times, and some things were even 50s, so it was all from different times, just to create something that wasn't really a specific time. I think what it was as well, it was working with Kev quite a lot, who was the production designer, to work out what colours she was using. So we'd use a lot of colours against Kev's background colours. So we made our colours quite washed out, and everything that we used, we'd boil wash. So nothing was new in the film at all. Even if we bought things new, things had been boiled, and then we got this colour reducer that would take colour, and sometimes it changed things to what you didn't expect it to, and sometimes it worked, and sometimes we had to get rid of things. So we did a lot of experimenting with, like, even a pair of jeans, we might have bleached them, boiled them, colour reduced them, they'd go brown, then they'd go back to blue. I mean, we did all sorts with things and then we just worked on the silhouettes of each character. So if you saw a character in silhouette, you'd know who the character was. And we did go for a skinny, lean look, just because of the nature of what the actors look like as well, really. I used to work in a nightclub in York, and there was a group of guys that used to come in there, and they used to wear Pringle, but they'd wear shirts underneath, and they all used to wear Rolex watches, and they'd be out, and suddenly there'd be some fight or something would happen, and I used to take the money on the door when I was 17, and they'd give me all their watches to look after, and then they'd come back and they'd finish their fight, and then sometimes they gave me, once it was at college I smoked, and then they gave me like a big box of cigarettes, and then a week later I saw it on the news that this cigarette van had been held up at gunpoint. I was like, oh, I wonder how that happened. And that was how I came. It was just a specific type of guy, and they were in a group, and they'd all wear Lacoste, Pringle, but they'd wear it with shirts, and the shirts had always been done up, and they were very like that the whole time. And that was my thinking with him. But then to use really soft colours, so it was the hard man, but in a Harlequin soft thing, which was against what he was. Yeah, with all of them. I mean, Bobby had other ideas with how his trousers fitted, and all of them did. They all had a little input into what they wanted, and some more, because some are more some actors are much more interested in how they look, and others just really don't care, and they'll just go on and they just do it. They just do the part and do it, and hopefully you can work with them to help it better, or sometimes they just make your costume work. To me, I've always liked sort of narrow jeans and really straight jeans with the punks, because I used to really like the punk thing. So to me, he was still a punk, really, in my head. That was why, with that narrow thing, the tight jacket and the thing, and the hunchback shoulders, it's all that, which is quite punky, but without really looking like a punk. And then so using sort of, in fact, girls' t-shirts, which were really fitted girls' t-shirts that I'd used, that I got printed with the print of the lady on the beach. It was actually a girl's fitted t-shirt. It was so tight and skinny. And at the time when we did that, there really wasn't many guys in those fitted t-shirts. That's why we had to use a girl's fitted sort of clubbing t-shirt that we'd done for her. Because just then, I think things were much looser then. Oh no, it was really great to see those images, because everybody said, oh, we worked on it, and we all really enjoyed doing the film, but everybody was going, don't expect it to be such a big hit, because it's like, what it's about and everything else. It's probably going to be a tiny art house film, so thanks for working on it. And we were like, oh, I think it'll be a big hit. It's such great, because there's some really good feeling throughout. So when we saw them, that was just like the end bit of the break. It was great to see them. I hadn't worked on many films, so I just thought it was brilliant. Yeah. Just even because just the whole everything worked so well, and there was a lot of energy the whole time we were filming. There's lots of energy. You know, we were all in the film. Everybody was in the film because it was such a low budget film that we all had a little part. I'm the nurse that does the HIV test on you, and I was in it again. Actually, I had a really nice outfit. The other bit was cut. Because then me and Dale Winton then went into the game show, which was taken out of the film. I looked like a big tranny in that shot. I loved that outfit, but that's not in the film.